Have you ever wondered why, despite all the hustle and bustle in your mind, you struggle to step forward? Why does that relentless storm of thoughts cloud your ability to take decisive action? Let us journey back to a time when a lone samurai roamed, undefeated in combat, yet facing battles of a different sort, a battle against his own mind. This is the story of Miyamoto Musashi, a warrior whose mind was as sharp as his sword and whose wisdom cuts through the fog of overthinking like a beacon of light. Musashi, a man born into the tumultuous Sengoku period of Japan, faced the world as more than just a swordsman. In a world of constant battles, where the sword determined life or death, Musashi found himself not only fighting external foes, but wrestling with the internal chaos of a warrior's mind. Overthinking is not a modern affliction. It is as ancient as the samurai's way of life, a shadow that has lingered in the corridors of time, keeping many from the clarity needed to act with purpose. In his venerable text, the Book of Five Rings, Musashi unveils strategies for mastering not only the physical world, but the turmoil within. His teachings, while rooted in the way of the sword, translate seamlessly into the battles we all face against overthinking and mental paralysis. Let us explore these timeless insights that invite us into the calm eye of the storm. Perceive what cannot be seen, Musashi wrote. It beckons us to look beyond the obvious, the superficial layers where doubt and hesitation reside. In our lives, anxiety often blinds us to the path right beneath our feet. We become entangled in a web of possibilities and snared by fear of the unseen. Musashi's genius lay in his ability to peer into the shadows, deciphering truths that lie beyond immediate perception. He teaches us to trust in the quiet whispers of intuition, a skill cultivated through the stillness of mind. Yet, there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Here, Musashi echoes the wisdom of nature itself. When faced with a problem, an obstacle that seems insurmountable, how often do we find ourselves pushing harder, thinking more profoundly, only to lock ourselves into a singular approach that leads nowhere? Musashi reminds us that the mountain has many trails. What may seem like a setback is often an invitation to change perspective. To adhere rigidly is to overthink. To remain flexible is to find freedom within the journey. Do nothing that is of no use. This principle strikes at the heart of mental clutter. Every day, distracting thoughts and unnecessary tasks bog us down. We clutter our minds with what-if scenarios and needless worries. Musashi calls for discernment, urging us to focus on what matters, to cut through the noise with the precision of a sword slicing through air. This principle is not about doing less, but about doing what truly matters, thereby reducing the burden on the mind and allowing room for clarity. Victory over oneself is greater than a victory over others, writes Musashi. A warrior's true battle is internal, against yesterday's self. It is a call to constant self-improvement, to challenge oneself beyond past limitations. When we become entangled in overthinking, we often measure our worth by external victories. Musashi teaches us that the true triumph lies in overcoming our own inhibitions and fears, victories that are silent yet profound in shaping our destinies. The world moves in rhythm, and there is timing in everything. Here lies a powerful remedy for overthinking. In our frantic pursuit to solve problems, we often fail to recognize the importance of timing, the natural flow of events. Musashi encourages us to honor this rhythm, to act not with haste, but in harmony with the unfolding moment. To recognize timing is to engage with patience and precision, cutting through the noise of urgency with the calculated stroke of a seasoned warrior. Do not let the body be dragged by the mind, nor the mind by the body. The balance between thought and action is delicate. Overthinking traps us within the confines of the mind, while unchecked action without thought leads to rash decisions. Musashi instructs us on the balance of the two, where the mind and body move as one fluid entity. It is through training and discipline that this harmony is achieved, where thought supports action and action enhances thought. The way is in training. Discipline is not merely a practice, but a way of life. It is the antidote to the paralysis induced by overthinking. Training shapes the mind, prepares it to face the unknown with a calm demeanor. Musashi's life was a testament to relentless training, not just of the body, but of the mind to remain steadfast amidst chaos. To train is to equip oneself not for battle alone, but for life, with all its unpredictable turns. Accept death without fear. The certainty of our impermanence is perhaps the greatest catalyst for overthinking, yet Musashi approaches it with radical acceptance. Those who understand the inevitability of life's end can act with a fearless heart, a paradox that frees the mind from the grip of fear. Memento mori, remember you must die, not as a morbid fixation, but as liberation to live fully in the present without the fear of what tomorrow might hold. Detach from desire. Desire fuels overthinking as we obsess over outcomes and yearn for what we do not have. Musashi, much like the Stoics, advocated for a detachment from desire. It does not mean to live without ambition, but to release the chains of fixation on outcomes. To desire without attachment is to engage with life more freely, to find joy in the journey rather than being ensnared by the destination. To see things as they really are is to cut through illusion, the mirages we construct in our anxious minds. We are often deceived by our expectations, fearing possibilities that may never materialize. Musashi invites us to observe with clarity, to face reality without the distortions of hope or dread. In seeing clearly, we find tranquility in the truth. Keep your mind fluid like water. Water adapts, flows, and finds the path of least resistance. It takes the shape of whatever contains it while remaining unchanged in essence. Musashi guides us to maintain this fluidity of mind amidst the rigidity of overthinking. A mind like water perceives no obstacle, only opportunity. It molds to circumstances, not through compromise, but through adaptability and strength. Finally, Musashi implores us to live with a clear purpose. Purpose anchors us, driving us forward and providing clarity amidst the chaos of doubt. When purpose is clear, overthinking dissolves and the mind focuses on what is essential. A life without purpose is a life adrift, but with it, we navigate storms with a calm, unwavering heart. Musashi's teachings illuminate a path through the often dark tunnels of our minds. They are not only strategies of warriors, but of anyone seeking freedom from the tyrannical whispers of uncertainty. By adopting these principles, discipline, detachment, and a life committed to growth, we find not just the end of overthinking, but the beginning of living fully. As you absorb Musashi's wisdom, ask yourself, which principle speaks to the quiet battles you face? In what way will you wield these teachings to carve out a path drenched in clarity and purpose? Consider this story a mirror, inviting you to reflect deeply upon the silence that follows moments of profound insight. Let us strive not just to learn, but to embody this wisdom, mastering the self with the grace and fluidity of a samurai in action. Join us in this journey towards tranquility and strength of mind. If this episode resonates with you, share your journey and let us explore this path together. Remember, it's the triumph over ourselves, the quiet victories unseen that shapes the most heroic lives. Be the warrior of your own story, finding your way amidst the chaos, driven not by fear, but by the purpose illuminated by Musashi's timeless wisdom.